This wouldn't be an options channel if I didn't pull one of these every now and then. The DDG and Harley situation has been all over my Twitter feed, so now I gotta talk about it. DDG went on live and said that Harley wasn't letting him see his son, that she thinks of herself as a primary parent, whatever that means. Now, we all know DDG has faked a lot of stuff for content before, but I don't think this is one of them. Though he already made a troll song about it, DDG has always made an effort to protect Harley's perfect image at all costs, something he even mentioned in the live stream. We got a glimpse of this dynamic last year when DDG had his son on Kaisenet's stream, and Harley took to Twitter to say that she didn't approve of her son being on a live stream. That tweet wasn't like her, and it proved as another crack on that perfect image that she's been trying to protect for so long. If you ask the fans, they'll tell you that the biggest crack on that image is DDG himself. They do not like him. I always thought the relationship was fine. It seemed fine. They genuinely seemed happy, and that's all that matters. There's no need for me to be getting into their business or like thinking that they are not meant for each other. What, like, where am I to pass judgment on a relationship that I have nothing to do with and am not in any way close to? But because of Harley's perfect image, people thought DDG wasn't good for her. And honestly, I don't understand these type of fans and their parasocial relationships with these celebrities. DDG was the only one who addressed the breakup. Harley said nothing. There were some rumors that she cheated on him or something, but nobody knows really, except for them two. She kept appearing on DDG's vlogs now and again, so I thought they had a healthy co-parenting situation going there. I don't really watch DDG's vlogs anymore, but I do have like a couple of his songs on my playlist. As for Harley, I didn't really know her before she started dating DDG, but I did know Chloe, Harley's sister. She was more famous at the time, and her music was popping. But I digress. It's easy to judge DDG on this situation because he's been on the internet for like 10 years now, and he's probably given people plenty of reasons to hate him. But with Harley, she takes the whole perfect image thing very seriously. So there's not much for people to pick at her on. She doesn't show much of what DDG is talking about right now online or to people, whatever. So people just automatically believe her. But I think DDG handled the whole tweet situation very well last time. And with all that, he still didn't forget to protect Harley. Then I think she apologized with another tweet. But in this current situation, this is the first time we've seen DDG pull the curtain back on what Harley might really be like. And it's not pretty. But I also think this is not a Harley thing. This is a woman thing. A lot of co-parenting relationships have the same dynamic where the father has to jump through hoops just to have a relationship with his kid. And if the father even thinks of having another relationship after that one, it's suddenly you can't have my child around her or something petty like that. And that primary parent thing is real. After breakups, the kid ends up usually with the mother 80% of the time because they are the nurturing ones. The father has to ask for permission for everything. Like Diriji said, it feels like he has a second mom. Where you have to ask, Mom, can I do this? Can I come get my son? Can I take my son to another state? Can I take him? Like it feels like that because these mothers feel like they are the primary parent. But then on the other hand, the mother doesn't have to do much. She doesn't ask for anything. She already has the child to herself, so she doesn't have to ask the father for anything, which I think is a really bad dynamic. I cannot speak on it on a personal level, whatever. I don't know what's going on with that, but I can speak on it with my outside perspective looking in. I don't know why it's like that, but it's really bad. Because it's not like the child was made by the mother alone. The father also was there when the child was being made. So why isn't the responsibility or decision making, whatever, dependent on both of the people who made the child? So I guess because she carried the child for 9 months, that's a big enough justification for her to be the primary parent. At least I think that's what the mindset is. It's a very backward way of thinking. Maybe it's jealousy. Maybe it's a way of controlling the father even after they've broken up. Who knows? That's just my general view on it. I don't understand why Harley is doing it specifically. And since all the drama started, Harley's only response has been a Snapchat post. That's it. Nothing addressing the situation at all. Now, maybe she thinks that taking the mature route would help, but she's aired out her and DDG's business online before, so I don't know how she thinks staying silent now is going to work for her. Meanwhile, her fans have been up dragging DDG for some reason that I don't even understand. Like, what is he not allowed to be upset that he cannot see his own son? And of course, all these women on TikTok and Twitter are defending her like she's their sister or something. I just can't with these fans, man. I don't understand the dynamic, man. Like, how does one from miles away think that like they can, I don't know, have a view or an opinion about what their celebrity icon or whatever? I don't know how they view these people because I've never looked at a celebrity and went, oh yeah, I'm inspired or whatever. Like, oh yeah, like I'm going to be parasocial with you and like every post and follow you on Instagram and do this. Like I don't get that part of it, but a lot of people are like that with their celebrity role models or whatever. I don't know what to call them because I've never looked at them like that. It's a really weird way. Like, why are you trying to get involved in these people's lives at all? Like, why are you putting in your 2 cents on why DDG is a bad father or whatever? Or if Harley made a bad decision having a child with him, or, there's a lot of stuff that is being talked about online about this relationship and how DDG was a mistake, whatever. Who are you to talk about that? Who are you to say that Harley, a grown woman, made a bad decision? You've been saying this since day one, since they started dating. This has been the view of Harley's fans. It's weird. It's very weird, and I hope one day those fans wake up and realize that how weird that is. And I think the slander on DDG is a bit unfair because it seems DDG voicing his concerns this way, right? Because he has never done this. It seems serious this time. But at the same time, I don't think he should have taken it online because we all know how people are going to react. We all know from his previous times when he has taken things online how people react and stuff. But maybe he felt like he had no other choice. I don't know. I would have to know Harley's personal feelings on this or whatever she is doing behind the scenes for me to judge, right? Maybe he felt that he cannot get through to her in person, so he has to pressure her into giving him his son or something like that. That might be the case. Either way, I just hope they both figure it out because at the end of the day, there's a kid involved, and the boy deserves to grow up with a healthy relationship with both his parents. And yeah, I've been your boy Teo, and these were my opinions. What are yours? Let me know down in the comments. Like the video and subscribe for more content. See you next time. Alright.